topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel, and thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on Man Talk Monday. It's Man Talk Monday.
Woo! What's going on, good people? Welcome to Man Talk Mondays. I'm Derek, the thought engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yogi. How you feeling, man?
What it do, man? Well, I'm feeling like we're gonna have a great show, man. You know,
yeah, absolutely.
They need a phone for they need a phone system for older people. I need somebody to work this phone because there's nothing more frustrating than my iPhone. See, I'm trying to stay Apple.
Okay.
They're gonna make me go back.
Okay.
They're gonna make the other people. They're gonna
make
me
go back. The only thing about Apple, man, they integrated with so much stuff, man. It's hard to.
They're gonna make me go to other people.
Yeah, they didn't finagle their way into a whole lot of stuff. So you get more stuff on Apple that's Apple compatible than you do Android. So.
I don't want to go, Derek. I don't want to go. Yeah. But they're gonna make me go because I can't.
Let me remind everybody why he getting this gathering himself over here. Let me remind everybody, this is Man Talk Mondays. This is open forum where we give it a rational realities of relationships. But of course, we're doing it from a man's perspective. Keep in mind, this conversation is not just for men. We do want to hear from women too, right? So how you talk to us, go into the comment section, leave your comment, leave your question. We can see this. And this is how you talk to us. By all means, hop in there. We want to hear from you. Kinfolk, where you at? Pull up. We want to hear from you. All right. So before we get into all of this, we are officially 4 years. 4 years we've been doing this, man.
It's a long time, man.
That's a long time.
People don't stay married 4 years. That's a long time, man. And time flew by too, man.
Oh, bro, big time. 4 years. It's been a pleasure doing it. Bringing these topics to y'all, talking to y'all, chatting with y'all and everything. Appreciate the love. And speaking of love, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe. Do all that good stuff that you need to do. Our producer is about to behind the scenes, boy. It's kind of great. But let's go and get into what we got tonight. So you all right, bro?
It's so frustrating. It's not on phone. It's so frustrating because
it's doing technology.
So frustrating, man. It's so frustrating because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get it on where it's on public and not just me.
Oh,
because then everybody can see it from my page. Nobody can see it from my page. That's what I'm trying to do. That's
okay. Okay. We have to change that setting. I'll show you how to do it. All right. So here's what we got. You got a man who's been known to get around, right? He loves himself some women.
Okay.
Women. Oh. But all of a sudden, he announces he's getting married. He's engaged. And so it makes you wonder why. Why would you switch from ain't nobody gonna tie me down to all of that to I found the one. See the one for me, I want to be with her and all of that. What makes a man make that switch?
She got that auction.
I got smooth scotch, huh? So what was the moment of reason that made you or somebody you know realize that marriage was the right step?
Well, I think most importantly, man, it's the culture. The culture was marrying. People were in relationships and we were dating and we were getting married. And I think that's what makes it so difficult for this culture. That's not what the culture is doing. The culture is just having some sex.
There's a whole lot of that going on. So we talk about tonight why men marry. Secrets, surprises, and straight talk. We're gonna keep it straight. Straight talk tonight. Why men marry. That's what we're talking about. So you said culturally it was just the expectation.
Absolutely was. It was expected. And not only that, man, but I believe, and again, I'm old fashioned, but man, there's nothing like living life and having somebody to share it with. Even if she get on my nerves.
Okay.
I don't want you to. Okay. I want you the rest of it.
All right, go ahead.
Even if she get on my nerves most of the time. But still, it's nothing like sharing life or doing life with somebody that you love and love you back. Nothing like it. There's no feeling in the world like it. Because people are meant to be together. The misconception is that we're not. People are meant to, we need people.
So you built to be with somebody.
Absolutely will. Absolutely.
Okay. Will. I can go with that. And I think for me and you, we come from pretty much the same place. But how it's rocking out now, man, marriage is not high. Marriage is not high on people's priorities, at least not men. Men don't feel the same way about marriage now, especially this younger generation, than they did, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Our generation X and all it. Listen, they are like, we don't want no, they ain't even really dating no more. Not even really dating no more.
But why? And I hate to ask this, but why should they?
Okay, why should they?
What's
wrong with dating? What's wrong with finding that woman? It
just seems like there's no benefit to it. Anytime you meet somebody and they have a list about where you can take them and can't take them, that's just too much. Relationships were never supposed to be about pressure. It's never supposed to be about pressure.
Okay, it was never supposed to be about pressure.
Supposed to be about pressure, man. Never.
But hasn't there been part of the reason why people get married? There was pressure.
Yeah, well, now see, but that's a different pressure than experiencing pressure of, okay, I gotta make a certain amount of money. I have to spend a certain amount of money. I gotta do this. Dude, if I ain't checking off the list, people don't want me. Why would I want to be involved, to be embarrassed? Because all people gonna do is go live and talk about me.
Oh wow.
What I ain't doing.
Oh wow. I mean, but typically, if a man decides to get married, because most men are not going to try to get married if they don't have some things together. They either got to have a solid job or something before they even go that road.
Because that's what's demanded of them, though.
Okay.
You the expectation is you just can't marry me and you don't have nothing. You have to at least be able to, and I don't want to say take care of me, but at least start trying to build our life together.
Okay. All right. So you need some kind of promising, some kind of prospect, something going on.
Can I get something, man?
Okay.
Can I get something?
All right. So as a man who married a woman, how was that for you?
Well, we can't use me.
Yeah. we can't use.
Let me just say this first. When you know better, you do better.
Yeah, okay? I get that. I get that.
But this is the thing, though. I don't think I think we might have said this a couple of times.
Okay.
Knowing what I know now, would I have waited? Absolutely, I would. Because I would have wanted to be better prepared for what marriage was and the institution of marriage.
Yeah.
Building something together.
Yeah.
But the problem with building something together, you don't want to have to go brick by brick. You want to have the foundation already laid. So when you bring somebody else in, y'all just add to what the foundation has already been.
Yeah.
But when you brick by brick, it's gonna be some tough evenings. It's gonna be a lot of noodles and a lot of different, I mean, listen, and
that's real.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. It's just it's funny because I was thinking about this because I don't want that. I don't want that for my daughter.
And see, I was just about to ask that question. Did the standards tend to change when it came to your baby girl?
They did not. Man, you know it's funny.
What? Let me ask this question. Ask this question.
Tough being dad, I'm telling you.
Let me ask this question. And that be honest with me.
As honest as I can.
Would you, being a father, would you advise your daughter to marry you? Think about the same age at that time. Would you have advised your daughter to marry you?
Probably not. I wouldn't. No, not yet. No, he's not ready just yet. He loves you, and if he loves you, he'll love you when he'll love you enough to get on his feet and get himself together. And not that I was laying down, I was working. It's just man. I just remember being married, and me and Sher was married, and all of a sudden we got a new apartment, a new car, a new baby, and like wow,
bam.
And it was like everything, man. It was like you're trying to, as a husband. Janae was so small that where Sher couldn't continue to work, she had to stay at home and take care of Janae.
Wow.
on $7.50 an hour. Oh, you ain't never juggled, boy. You ain't never juggled.
Breadwinner.
Oh my God. You ain't never juggled, man.
See,
my God. Oh my God.
When you was in your 20s, right? That's 20-year-old pressure.
Yeah.
That pressure, you can't have that pressure at 40.
No.
That's 20-year-old pressure. That pressure built for 20-year-olds.
It is.
But and
so would you have your daughter to marry 21-year-old you? How old y'all got married?
I was 30? 31. I was 31.
Would you have your daughter marry you at 31? Did you?
Yeah.
You was ready?
Yeah. I had worked through some stuff. And which leads me, one reason why me and Mary is because they feel confident enough to do so. Right? There's some resources in place. Something is stable, whether it's a job or whether I've got some stuff set up financially, something stable to where I feel confident enough to bring somebody else into this life. Bring somebody else into this life. And y'all let me know, what are some reasons? Any guys out there that's listening, what are some reasons that you got married? Why did you decide to get married? Right? We want to know. Let us know. But yeah, because like I said, I had worked through some stuff. I had worked on myself, but I will say this. My wife, then girlfriend, was motivation for putting in the work.
I didn't know y'all was 30. I thought y'all was younger.
I was 31. She's younger than me. So
26.
Yeah, she's
27.
Yeah, was you 26? Yeah, it's 26. Yeah.
Okay.
She's 26 when we got married.
I didn't know that. I didn't know how y'all were. I didn't know y'all was 30. Because I was thinking, 30, that's about the time you understand who you are.
Oh man, I wish I'd had some more stuff worked out before then, but at least there was something stable. Like my job, I've been in my job, it'll be 17 years coming up here next month. And so I had found something where, a career and things were kind of settling down. So I'm like, okay, cool. But while I was trying to land that career, no.
So y'all didn't get married until you got your.
Oh, and see, that's the thing.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I thought y'all got married before.
Ask her before I got a good
job. Y'all got married before that. I was just gonna say, well, I wish y'all could see. Look,
y'all see her look. I wish we could pan this camera so y'all can see her face.
Let me say this, because since they can't see, let me paint the picture. I just thought that because y'all appeared like y'all really enjoyed each other's company, being together when y'all were trying to find who y'all were gonna be. She's saying y'all did.
We were happily dating.
Yeah, which I thought would have made a happy marriage, but that don't make
Listen, how she is clowning back here, but how what's his name?
You crazy.
Peter Wheatstraw. What Peter Wheatstraw? Romance without finance is a nuisance.
And has no chance.
And no chance. You ain't even lying. So I had to get some ducks lined up, brother. I had to get some ducks lined up.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
Because you need, as a man, you need that confidence. And I think it happens way more often. I remember watching when Steve Harvey had his talk show, and he used to get questions from the audience. There was this one young lady who got up and she was complaining, me and this guy, we've been dating, and he won't propose to me and all this. And Steve started asking her questions, what does he do and all this type of stuff. And he figured it out. And I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. He said he's not where he feels like he needs to be in order to bring you into, a situation like that. So is it necessary?
It is. I believe it is necessary, but you taking the risk. But the women are taking the risk.
The women taking the risk.
Women
okay.
taking the risk. Let me explain why. Before everybody jump on me, let me say this. It's not a given that when he gets on his feet, he gonna still want to marry you.
Oh,
it's not a given. If the world did moved around like it's supposed to, yes, that would be a given, but it's not a given. And a lot of times women don't want to wait to see you get on your feet because plans may change. For example, because I have seen it change when I send her, when she go to nursing school or he go to doctor school or whatever school, when he comes out, he's feeling himself, things are different.
Well, hey, do men do that? Are you sure? I don't think men do that.
You don't think men better themselves and then say I don't want her?
No. I think men, the person who was there holding it down, I think there's a bit of loyalty there.
See, this one I'm gonna stop doing with you. I'm gonna stop doing this with you. Because I'm under the belief. I want to believe what you're saying. And that men don't do that. But I know doggone well that men ain't as good as I make them out to be. I know they ain't half as good as we make them out to be.
So the woman builds him up and he leaves her for the better option.
Absolutely. You think he won't?
Just high and dry.
You think he won't leave her?
Man, I don't know. Sophia say that's true, John. I can't go with y'all. Can't go with y'all on that one.
He would hit them streets.
I can't go. It's got to be something. Okay. Something. It's got to be something.
Well, let me say this.
With that relationship.
Let me say this. Hold on. Let me just help you right here, sir.
Okay. All right.
D, can I get a close up? Excuse me. Can I get a close? Excuse me, D. Anytime you want to exit a relationship, it's gonna always be something, and you can easily always find something. Anytime you want to leave. I'm gonna repeat it one more time. Anytime you want to leave, we can always find something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can always find a reason, but I don't.
You don't think you
but
think
men
would do
the
that?
One that held you down,
brother? Please.
Why are you
Dwayne Wade?
Why are you on your way?
Dwayne Wade did
it. I think social pressure has something.
Man,
to do with
stop!
That, man.
And you making excuses for him?
Social pressure, man.
These women, stop making excuses.
I think social pressure has something to do with that.
That man did what
man.
he wanted to do and wear capri pants every single. Stop telling me. No.
So he had some other stuff going on.
Absolutely, he did. But he left that woman that held him down. Indeed, if we think about it, we can come up with 5 more people that do the same thing. Because that's what we do. We get bad and be like, oh, when I was struggling, that's where I was when I was struggling.
To a degree, I can go there with you if I find myself with a new level of attention that I'm not used to.
New money at another level don't bring attention that you're not used to, D?
Yeah, but trying to build money can build character too.
It should.
It should.
Remember, I'm not gonna call his name, but remember this dude got up in front of the church one time and he was crying It's sliding. Lord, please. Lord, please, help me, Lord, please. I'm sorry. And then as soon as he got on his feet, he was gone.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what we do.
But you would have to be that person the whole time. You that person the whole time. You holding you with her, she holding you down. You with her, but
let me tell you
getting out of there, find the next one is on your mind the whole time, though.
Not necessarily. It's not. It don't have to be on your mind. It don't have. It don't necessarily have to be. One of the things about my wife, and I love her dearly. But Cheryl was not going to wait for me to get my stuff together. She was like, no, because because if I wait for you to get your stuff together, you might not be you might not be where you are now as far as we concerned. So clink, 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 clink. All right, I'm coming. You take the handcuffs off, so I'm coming. That's what we're gonna do. You love me.
So hurried up and locked it in.
You love me, yes. I love you. Let's go do this. Okay, Ben.
Okay. All right.
And I can't really blame her for that because the streets was
talking. It was calling.
The whole time
walking for the streets.
The whole time you walking to the house and looking over at the street like this. Do y'all need me? You better come and rescue me.
He was a street sweeper. Pia says there are a lot of men like that, and some men don't look back.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think as much as we want to say, we can say women do. I believe women do it as well. I just think.
Oh yes.
See how.
Oh yes.
See how you on that?
Because I've now you talk about you seen guys. I've seen some women do some treacherous stuff.
Oh, but no. Well, let me stop you there and say, people do treacherous stuff.
People do treacherous stuff.
And we be surprised.
But in this particular situation,
I seen a guy who sent his wife to nursing school. And as soon as she got her nursing school, she was operating on somebody else.
Playing nurse in somebody else's house.
I'm just saying somebody else is playing doctor. I'm like, well,
no, not
doctor. Get
doctor.
them clothes back on. I seen it, man. I seen it.
So, what would be the main reason why you think men marry? Why do men marry? What would be the main reason? Is it for companionship?
No, I think men. I was listening to dude on the other day. The dude that was on the show we watched with what's the girl that had body? He called her body. Selena, the girl that called her body. He called her body.
He called her body.
She had to wear a dress and she was banging in the wedding dress.
Oh, Love at First Sight. Love is blind. Love is blind. Love is blind. The last season, Clay.
So Clay was talking on the show the other day, and he was talking about why he would be married and what would be stipulations for him to get married. And he said he wanted somebody to hold him down. He said not with the cooking and the cleaning, but hold him down as far as I need you in the trenches working and bringing money to the table with me.
Okay.
Because his money was so sporadic. He allowed to make $10,000 this month. He allowed to make $2,000 this month. And I understood. I'm
okay.
Like, yeah. But my problem with him is that wasn't clearly stated to body.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with. Now,
I think most men want to be held down. Whether it's help financially or held down as far as somebody that's got their back. Because when I started doing comedy when me and Cheryl were together, man, she held me down with comedy because it was crazy. I was all over the place doing a lot of stuff. She held me down, and I needed her for that particular portion of my life.
Okay. I mean, I just, when I think about it, most men, as far as having a woman I want to chip, most men ain't just will deal with it, but it ain't just necessarily cool with the woman having the chip in.
Well, no man goes into a relationship. Well, let me say, no, that's not true. Back 20 years ago, no man went into a relationship wanting his wife to even have to work.
Yeah.
Nobody
flex.
Wanted, even if flex or not, nobody wanted it because it was almost expected for you to make enough money to run the house. Whether she worked or not, it was gravy. But now let me just say this. with that, things have changed.
Oh yeah.
We drive some of the cars we drive in, some of the houses we living in.
Inflation.
We got a house right now with all these empty rooms in. We're like, girl, I need to be whooped for moving this big house with you. And because of the amount of stuff we have that we have accumulated together, we both got to work.
Yeah, I can see that. What about sex? You think men married for sex?
No, we can get sex. We can get sex from the women that love us that we don't love.
So let me tell you a story. I had a friend in college. We actually went to high school together, but we was cool in college and everything.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a friend in college. But we go out to the club one night. We go out to the club. He meets this girl at the club. Mm-hmm. Right? He leaves with her. And we don't see him like the rest of the weekend.
They got married. Did they get married?
And he came back. He showed up and he was like, man, I got married. Well, he's like, you got married? Like, what you talking about? You got married?
We had in the military, we had that all the time because you have guys that have been sheltered. Don't get out much. Don't don't see much or do much. They get out. She in the club. She got the. You get in it. Oh wow! I've never experienced this in my life.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, "Man, I ain't want nobody else to have her, so I married her."
I think I love you. Everybody's looking like, what? You know, but you just met her. You don't understand. I've never experienced this in my life. I think I love her. I want to marry her.
Yeah, I think it was probably more prevalent back when people weren't just all out there with sex.
Oh, the body count is up now.
that was like this understanding that we don't do that. We hold off till we get married.
Well, no. Let me stop right there. I don't believe that's no. That's not the.
Yo, back then they don't believe that was.
Oh, they was hitting that thing, man. That thing was getting hit.
But they wasn't hitting that thing and publicly letting everybody know they was hitting. They was hiding it. That's why when babies popped up, then somebody got to go visit their cousin out of town for about 2 years and come back with a little.
Well, you want about to drop no mouth on you. The thing definitely was that people were definitely doing some sex, having some sex.
Oh yeah,
definitely having some sex, but it wasn't.
But it was taboo.
Yes,
it was taboo to just be hitting that thing like that.
They hitting that thing now, boy, like they gonna run out of chits for it. You know, like you get money for it or something, but that thing like it ain't no tomorrow, man.
So I heard Gilbert Arenas, ex-basketball player Gilbert Arenas. I heard him say, he said he was, I guess, doing a podcast or something, or some lady emailed him, older lady says, say, you seem like a nice young man. Like, why aren't you married? And he said, married? I wouldn't get married. He said, because I can pay a woman to come take care of my needs and she gone about her business and I ain't got to spend no more money. I ain't got to do nothing else. I ain't got to worry with all that.
Let me say this. I got a really good point about that. Let me say this. Hey guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We really need you guys' help with this one. We want to get out to the masses and we need you guys' help to do that. And also for our TikTok followers, follow us and like us on TikTok as well. And also on all other media platforms that you listen to us on. Follow us and like us. And we need you to do this for us. And now back to why men marry, secret surprises, and straight talk. And the point I wanted to make was, you know how difficult it is to find love anyway?
Okay. Do tell.
When you're a millionaire. Because the problem with having money is you don't know why people deal with you. Because the problem, people always got their lips on your tail. When you got bread, people don't just be nice for nothing. Everybody wants something. And so it's so difficult to figure out who wants you for you and who wants you for what you got. And not to say that there's not people out there, but man, it is tough. It is tough when you got something, because all you're thinking about is everybody's out to get me. Because every time you have money, there are 10 people assigned to you trying to get that money from you.
Boy. Do you believe marriage is more self-serving than most people are willing to admit?
Yes, that's the rate of divorce.
So when it stops serving me, I'm done with it.
Yeah. Oh, because marriage is going to make you. We often say, marriage is the great equalizer.
Oh yeah. Relationships. Yeah, absolutely. Great equalizer. I don't care how smart you are, how rich you are. Yeah.
There's going to be a level of compromise that everybody in it is going to say, whoa. I didn't know. Oh, hell, man, I didn't know I was going to have to do all this. Oh, man, what? I know. There's going to be a level of compromise to make you say, oh, no, man, this is too much for me. No, I'm doing too much.
What about the guy that says, man, I done had my fun. I've done enough. I think I'm ready now.
The mature guy, the guy that matures and say, you know what, I'm really settled down.
Right.
Now the problem that he's going to have is he's trying to outrun his past. He don't want now. He don't want to mess with nobody he's messed with in the past. When the issue is he's probably more in love or have feelings for somebody in his past that he couldn't have at the time.
Okay. So it's hard to steal somewhere else.
Absolutely it is. You can't as much as men can go out and have sex, we know the one we're sleeping with that we would, if we could have, we know we would have.
So it's not I've done enough, I've seen enough. Girl, come on here. We ain't getting no younger, girl. We might as well do this.
But that's much older though. And then too, both of you guys have to be in that place.
Both of them have to be in that place.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So what about people that get married? They try to marry as a cure for hoeing, basically.
Marriage ain't a cure for nothing. But leaving your money, leaving your pocket. Because it ain't about marriage is not about you anymore. Marriage is about your spouse, the kids, everybody else. Marriage is not a cure for anything but loneliness. Having somebody to talk to, having somebody to share life with. That's the only thing it's a cure for. If you're getting married for any other reason rather than you want to spend your life with somebody else. And I thought about this today. You asked me this today. What if somebody get pregnant and we're gonna get married because you pregnant?
Oh yeah, it's marrying because you got somebody pregnant. Is that a good reason to get married?
That's the thing. I don't want to say no. I don't want to say no because all that's going to equal out to is people having a bunch of babies out here with no pappies, thus us. Right. So I think if you and the guy can build a relationship while having the kid. Because it's one thing, I said, I don't know, let me explain why. Because I don't want, if I'm the guy and she the girl, don't no woman want to feel like you marrying her just because you got her pregnant. I think she may appreciate it. Well, thank you. Thank you. I think she would have, I really do. I think she would appreciate it. But man, ultimately, that wedding thing, that going through all that, man, I want she gonna want you to be across from her, looking in her eyes and you looking at hers, and want to feel like you the love of her life.
Okay. But like you said, what about the responsibility? What about that child, man? You think
damn responsibility.
You think the co-parenting is at the level it needs to be for a child and not be messed up?
Because the mama gonna have the baby. I drop some Pampers off and drop a little cookie off every now and then, and that's gonna be the extent of it. Stop playing with me in here today. You playing with me.
Oh man. But like you said, no, because I can't. Because people don't even care. People don't even care these days. They don't even care.
First of all, they never care.
Right. It wasn't them that cared. That's what the shotgun wedding was about. The shotgun wedding was you got my daughter pregnant. I got a shotgun in your back. You gonna marry her and make an honest woman out of her.
I want to know what the percentage is of those two people staying married. Because I want to say, I know I'm gonna be killing me because you just put all my business out there.
Oh,
my mom and dad, got married when my mom was 15 and my dad was 17. You know, it's crazy because I'm thinking about that age now. I'm 95 now. I couldn't imagine 17 years old. Do you know how stupid people are at 15 and 17 years old? And you got a family?
But I think probably back then it was more commonplace for people to get married. It's like the ages keep going, getting higher and higher. Somebody get married in their late teens was really not a big thing, depending on how far back you go. Now, people get married in their
Yeah, but they had more
late 30s and all this type of stuff.
Yeah, but they had more to support from their parents though. They had grandmothers, and because basically back then the grandmother ended up raising the kids. They had more support from their families than they ever. What happened to the families? The families don't support though like they used to, man. Am I tripping?
People kept getting pregnant and not getting married, so that's what happened to the families.
Don't bring them kids
because the idea was that you were sleeping with somebody you at least like, but we know people don't sleep with people they like no more. It's not even about that.
What is it about, D?
Oh, bro.
Well, somebody tell me what's it about? Because
it's just about not catching feelings like, romantic feelings. I'm talking about just give me a thrill here, man, here and there. This sex has been reduced to.
You said a thrill hitter?
Thrill here and there.
Oh, I thought. Oh my God! He said a thrill hitter.
So how you feel about arranged marriages? What about arranged marriage? You think those work?
I think they do work. I think they work because everybody understands what their role is.
Okay. Now I know it's not something we practice.
It's not something we practice
here in America, but there are still like some
and that's
Indian cultures and stuff where
I
they
bet
still
the voice
practice
is
that.
real low. Everybody know the role they're supposed to play, man.
And a lot of people marry within their culture.
Yes.
So they'll play around, but when it comes to it's time to be with somebody, I get somebody from my culture.
Well, you're not gonna. I want to say, and that woman can't be too. What is a good word? Sullied up, soiled up. She can't be too. The streets can't have her because she has to be worth him marrying. You know what I'm saying? You want to offer up your best for him. He get in and he got tied back up, something against his back because he done fell in there. Can't fall in there. No. That thing need to squeak almost.
Oh man,
you don't.
Nah, you ain't finding that these days.
No. Well, I think it depends on the culture. I think if the cultures
do virgins exist anymore?
I want to say they do.
Past 18.
I want to say they do.
Because these kids doing the food.
Venus was a virgin.
Venus was a virgin. Because she's still not married, right?
I don't think she's married.
Yeah. So
I know Serena wasn't gonna be a virgin.
Why not Serena?
Well, she wearing cat suits, bro. I'm trying to get at her.
Our producer's acting up over here.
Wait a minute, she said 20. Yeah.
The inside.
Oh, get out of here.
But she messed you up.
Yeah.
But nah, man, like I say, past 18, I don't think you have virgins no more.
Well, because the culture don't say this. No, it's worthy. It's worthy no more. The church don't even talk about virginity no more.
Sure don't. Yeah, people don't even expect you to be.
The church used to talk about teenage pregnancy when I was younger. I don't even think they mention that no more.
Oh no. No, nobody talk about that. Ooh, no.
Why don't talk about that no more?
It's in the culture. It's baked in now. It's like when your clothes mildew. If you put them in the dryer, they're gonna stink forever. So it's like that pretty much for the culture.
But yeah. I would like to think, man, that old school. For example, I had an expectation of my daughter of her dating somebody and marrying them.
Okay.
What's your name? 30. My daughter just turned 30. And trying to figure out her life. And I think all we can hope as parents is that we put enough in our children to want the same values that I have.
Okay.
That she has.
Okay.
That's all you can hope and pray for. Now, as far as whether or not you believe he ready or whether or not it's not even up to us. But
so now the good thing is this is not the case. But what if a baby had popped up? Would you be like, oh no, y'all about to get married? Would you say, y'all ain't got to get married?
Man, my sister.
I'm playing with the dad in them and the man in them. I'm playing with
my back and forth. My sister, your wife, often calls me a butthole. She says, "Yeah, John, you're a butthole," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, sometimes I gotta be." But I would. I will have to be honest. I would have really been disappointed. I would have loved the baby. We loved me and my wife for sure would love the baby like it wasn't nobody business, but I would have been disappointed because I expected more from her than that. We didn't want grandkids until I got a son-in-law.
Okay.
The order is marriage, kids. It wasn't
right.
That's it wasn't, and I would have felt some kind.
But I'm saying, would you have pushed for the wedding then?
I wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have?
I wouldn't have.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't have. Wait a minute. Wait. I would have.
Okay. We're going to keep it real. Let's keep it all. Keep it a book.
Because I would have said, because I would have asked him, do you love her? He'd say, yeah. I say, well, make her a wife and not your whore.
You call that making an honest woman. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I would have said. You think I wouldn't have been in my feelings?
Oh yeah.
Because no man. Listen, I don't care. I know things happen. Let me say this first. I know stuff happens all the time, but no dad wants his daughter around the house with a bunch of kids and no husband. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. That's not to say that's not what we get, and that's not. Oftentimes, that's what life brings us. But no, I don't have to accept that. No, we want better than that. We want better than that for her.
Yeah. No, trust me, I get it. I just throwing that hypothetical out there because it's different when you're looking at this from a dad standpoint versus looking at it just from a man standpoint. Yeah. That switches the perspective a little bit.
Now, this is the thing, D. I had no kids. I had no kids out of wedlock. And because I didn't have no kids out of wedlock, if I had had, then this is the thing. If I had had kids from someone I wasn't married with, there was a pretty good chance I would have probably tried to stay with them.
I was just gonna say, would that be motivation why you got married so you don't have?
It would, because I came up in a single family home, and the last thing I wanted for my kids is to come up the same way, man. Let me tell you something. Do y'all understand what spam is? Quit playing with me. Spam sandwiches, sugar sandwiches, mustard sandwiches. How about this? Bread sandwiches. How about surprise? We just got bread. We won't have nothing else. No, who wants that? I don't want that for nobody.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're asking for. Times are gonna be tough, and there's nothing like having tough times with somebody. Because when it's me and Cheryl, we can always figure something out. When you buy your lonely, good luck. No,
say most 2-parent homes have meat for them sandwiches.
I'm just saying, man. Brother,
no peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Tuna helper and all that. Come on, man. Stop it.
Yeah, my wife didn't eat peanut butter and jelly because her mom and daddy was together.
But they had meat.
They had meat.
When we met me, we had to be introduced. This is me.
Oh man,
brother,
oh man, it was
bologna and all, brother.
It was a good day. You got some meat, boy.
They used to bring that big old block of government cheese that was about this big. Stop you up for about 3 days. We eat grilled cheese sandwiches because we couldn't eat no more, brother. Don't want that. You don't want that.
Yeah, we thought it was the best thing too. There's better, trust me.
And it's a trip when you broke and you poor and you don't know it.
Oh, brother. I ain't gonna tell you my post story, but so may I ask this: is love a good reason to get married?
Love is. I think that's a start, but I don't think that's enough reason to get married. I think we don't use wisdom enough when we get married. Because loving is looking over your faults. And
okay.
And so wait. I know I love you, you love me, but are you ready to be with just me? Are you ready to grow up? Are you ready to get a job? Are you ready to work full time? Are you ready to keep a job? Because getting a job may not be the problem. Do you want to keep one? Am I gonna be more submissive? Do I still want to club? More importantly, do I still want to dress like I'm clubbing? We have to decide what's going to be better for us. And I think that comes from having conversations that we can agree upon. Because it's funny, me and Cheryl talk a lot, but we don't talk a lot. A lot of stuff is assumed.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was asking my wife, so how long? I asked her that. I said, well, how long you want to work? You want to work till what age? She's like, well, I don't know. I want to work till 60. I'm like, what was you gonna tell me about?
We got to do something.
But it was assumed because we don't talk about stuff. And I think in a marriage, especially when you start out, you need to talk too much. You need to tell everything. We need to talk because the devil is in details.
Well, that's what we sell everybody though. We sell everybody that marriage is about love and all that. But
no.
Is it a cold thing to make it about the business side of it? Because that's what you're gonna be dealing with a lot.
You know, it's funny. It's a fine line about making about the business side of it, because the business side of it says you got to make a certain amount of money, you got to do this, you got to be that, you got to be ready for this. And I don't want to take the I just love me some her and I love me some him aspect out of it, because that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
But man, it just, me and Cheryl were guilty of I just love me some her, I love me some him. And we struggle for 20 years trying to get bearing by having kids,
yeah,
by trying to provide for them. And we never got, it just took us some time to get our bearing on this, because we didn't, but this is the thing, we didn't have nobody but us that we could say, hey, well, as far as building credit, who know about credit? Well, I don't know if my credit bad. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have nobody. So,
right.
So we spent a lot of our marriage trying to get footing.
Yeah.
So we can create better lives for our kids and ourselves. And I just think if we had been more wise at the beginning of it, we would have got more educated about finances and credit and all that stuff, and it would have benefited us in the marriage faster, sooner.
Yeah. I think to a degree, love can be detrimental to people looking to get married, because if it's causing you to overlook some blaring things because you caught up, and when we say love, I'm talking about, they call the spirit of love, that feeling of love, not the actual love where you putting in the work, being responsible, taking care, whatever, but the actual feeling. I think it makes people overlook things, because once you get married, that spirit of love wears off. You still got love, that spirit of love wears off. And I got all of this I got to deal with that I had overlooked because the feeling had me so wrapped up. And we make, you know what I'm saying, the movies we watch, the songs we sing, and all this type of stuff, we put it out there like, you know what I'm saying?
See, there are certain jackets and things you have to wear for just the institution of marriage that we don't that we don't talk about. We don't, wait a minute. You mean as far as insurance, you are responsible for getting insurance for the whole house? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I'm responsible for the whole house? Yeah, Dad, you set the umbrella for the house. Oh, okay. Well, what is she going to do? She do what she's supposed to do? This, there's an institution of marriage that needs to be understood that we don't understand until we in it. Oh, shoot, I got all this. Wait, you got to stay at home with the baby because this was mine. Oh, you got to stay at home with the baby. I make $7.50 an hour, and all the overtime I can stand, it's still $7.50 an hour.
Oh man,
you can't work enough with an apartment, a new car, a new baby, and every time you look at me using the bathroom, Pampers, you can't buy enough Pampers. You can't buy enough Pampers. Right. And but the institute. And see, people don't understand. It takes more than love. It takes more than money, because the institution of it is pressure. The institution is a vest that you got to put on that got 200-300 pounds on that you got to walk around in.
Wow. A vest is 200-300 pounds you got to walk around in.
Easy. You got the pressure from her people. You got the pressure from your people that saying, I knew they should never got married. You got her people saying, ooh, girl, y'all gonna be all right. You got her dad. You got her mom. You got this.
So is it that people are not saying this, or is it that people just not listening? The people that's married, are they not telling that this is what it is, or is the people that's getting married just not listening it's to funny, what they saying?
It's funny that you would say that. We didn't ask nobody. I'm thinking like, wait a minute. We didn't ask nobody because we didn't want nobody telling us no.
Why not?
Y'all should wait.
Why not? Because y'all was in love?
Yeah, but you know what? Our legs got switched for the next 20 years. Because we by God's grace we stayed together, but it will behoove you to listen to the elders that's telling you, baby. Now, y'all, it will. I'm just listen. Do what you want to do, but it will behoove you listen to wise counsel.
Any young people, just listen to this. If an older person tell you don't know nothing,
you probably don't
see what they talking about. Don't just write them off. See what they talking about, because some about experience that tends to teach you a few things.
That's the show. Pastor was talking about this show called Unlocked or Locked Up, where they doing an experiment where they unlock the prisoners out of their cages, give them free roam. They get to roam around for 24 hours in the prison. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of looking at it. And so the younger people are like, we don't need them. The old dudes like, hey man, we don't want to mess this up. So they're trying to form hierarchy in there.
Oh, okay.
Young dudes like, say man, we don't want to hear nothing y'all old folk got to say.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is with relationships and marriages. The young people don't want to hear what we got to say because they think we don't understand. The older people need to be more sensitive to what the young people are doing. We have to be inviting enough where they come to us and they'll listen to it. Where they will ask us about it. You know, type of person you got to be for young people to come to you and say, "Hey D, hey John, hey man, we thinking about getting married." Dude, you got to be inviting.
Yeah,
people, and I think the older people aren't inviting enough.
Cheryl says, we didn't know who or what to ask. Well, we were in survival mode.
It was in that. We were showing that.
Not knowing who or what to ask. Now, I had the luxury of being able to observe some married people before I got married, and I'm paying attention. I'm watching how they moving together in the whole nine, because like I didn't grow up seeing it. I didn't grow up seeing a man really take care of a woman and do all of that for a woman. So I was deficient and I knew I was. So I made sure I paid attention because you need to know what the expectation is. Because you can have an expectation in your mind and then you hop in it, and that expectation is way bigger than what you anticipated. And man, you talking about, that's a shock to your system. A serious shock to your system.
Thus, most men end up running away from those responsibilities because they're not ready for them. So now you got that woman at home with those kids, and that man is out in the street trying to find himself. And one thing about the streets, it don't help you find yourself.
I sure don't. You get real lost out there. And I've heard people say that men marry the person that's close to them. When they just make a decision to get married and they grab the person that's close to them. Women marry, they look for a person to marry. Men just decide they want to be married and they grab a person that's close to them.
Well, see,
you think that's true?
I don't think that's true. I think as picky as women are, I think men are just as picky, because we know, because when you meet somebody, you know who you want to sleep with. But you know who you want to make your wife. You know who after one night we can be dancing, we can be talking, and I'm like, you know what? In our conversation, you're like, wow, I think I want to diddy you.
Oh no. No, not the diddy. Don't do the diddy.
But then you be with other people and you like, I think I might have met my wife. Because I think instantly, after being around somebody, we know what we want to marry. We know, because this is the thing. You can either talk yourself out of a relationship or you can talk yourself into one.
Oh, yeah. You think a woman can be too pretty to get married, to marry?
Well, I don't think a woman can be too pretty. I think how a woman carries herself can stop her from getting married. It's funny because I used to say I wanted a woman that was always in the mirror, until you have one that's always in the mirror, and you can't get her to do nothing else because she's always in the mirror.
Now, I'm not saying that she's necessarily going for the attention. She just get attention.
Well,
can a man handle?
Oh man, yeah,
all of that.
I think it just depends on the person, though.
Okay.
Again, man, you want somebody in the mirror all the time until you want. That's what you want until you get it. And there's nothing like, you got to be careful what you ask for, because there's nothing like women. I'll give you an example. You know, I used to watch Dion and Pilar had a show.
Okay, yeah.
And I noticed when he used to talk to her, he would constantly be jabbing at her, saying little stuff like he didn't ever want her to be too high and mighty.
Oh wow.
Because she was gorgeous. And I couldn't understand it, but now I understood why. Because people telling you all day how pretty you are. People telling you all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
So he had to talk to her in a way to keep her grounded. Hey,
wow.
I know they're blowing your head up, but not in here, not in the house. I'm the prettiest thing around.
Because I'm like, it's got to be a certain level of insecurity with that, because if I all of a sudden am not making the same money I was making, she got options, because dudes are at her, even if she's not necessarily pursuing. But
what options she got? What options she got?
Oh, people shooting they shot. Now she might be shooting them down, but they shooting they shot.
But the issue is, and I think that's the thing. It just depends on the person.
Okay.
If she, it's funny because I have been with somebody that liked that attention that guys give them, and gosh, either she was in their face all the time, or they was in her face, and after a while, that the demise of the relationship was you like that attention. That was too much for me. And I think it'll be the same for anybody. It just depends on the person.
Okay. I can go with that. But needless to say, men typically marry because it's a decision that we make, and we feel like we're making a decision for the better.
Yeah.
But it's something about the person that we with that says, yeah, I can see us move in this direction long term and things being good. Cheryl said the man's insecurity should not be the woman's. No, you're right. It shouldn't be the woman's, but it will affect how he handles her, how he deals with her. It ain't got nothing to do with what she doing. But yeah, because men know men. We know men, and so he don't want to have to be fighting every time he turn around.
Show me love every time I go out.
Final thoughts.
Wow, it's quick, man. Quick. So, my final thought for this evening is, we often talk about this. Teddy P said, "It's good loving somebody, and somebody love you back. But that ain't all you need. You need to use wisdom while you loving somebody. Wisdom will allow you to see the flaws and the things in people that need to be worked on or fixed prior to you getting married. And that's listen, I'm all for love. But if you won't pick up after yourself and you dirty, you nasty, you keep leaving the toilet seat up, you little things like that be the reason why people get divorced. So it's best to get divorced before you get married." And that's my final thought.
Now it says in Proverbs about wisdom, a house is built, and by understanding is it filled with treasures. Didn't mention love. Now you want to love. You want to make sure you love, because love is that locking in. Love is that commitment. Love is that giving your word and sticking to it. And regardless to what your reason is, you make the decision, do all you can to honor that decision. Commitment is a huge deal, and nobody really commits anymore. We commit as long as it's convenient, but true commitment is seen when it's inconvenient. When the life starts throwing the tests and stuff at you, and you can weather that storm because you hold on to what you said you were going to do. Because we need more of that in our society. We know more people who are committed to staying together, raising kids together, making productive young people who grow up to be, just like they were. And so we need to fix this because it's getting bad. Men are not choosing to get married anymore, and society is hurting as a result. So we need to fix it. So Make a commitment and stick to it. And that's my final thought.
Make yourself marriageable.
Oh man. Yeah.
Make yourself somebody want to be married. Marry you.
Cyril said, work on yourself. Listen, every man is not a husband and every woman is not a wife.
Everybody deserves the best version. You deserve the best version of somebody else like they deserve the best version of you. So let's continue to work on ourselves because we is riches undone.
Said a rich.
Riches.
All right, good people. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate y'all stopping by. We're going to catch y'all next week. All right. Peace out. Have a good one.